As I drove onto the campus of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, popularly known as UHAS, which was built during the tenure of our great party, I could not help but feel a sense of fulfillment that the dream and vision of our late president, Professor John Evansata Mills, has been actualized in a very beautiful way. The Volta region retains a towering significance in the history of our great party, the NDC. Our founder and former president, Flight Lieutenant John Rawlings of blessed memory, whose courage and vision inspired the formation of the NDC, hailed from this very region. Other stalwarts, dead and living, like Security Chief Captain Kojoshi Kata, literature icon and former chairman of the Council of State, Professor Nyidevu Awuno, former Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Edward Dua Jaho, Ambassador Dana Bodakpi, and my dear former Transport Minister, the late Jifa Aku Ativo, and many others, too numerous to mention, are all natives of this region and have toiled tirelessly to build our great party, the NDC, and our beloved nation, Ghana. It is therefore no coincidence that we are holding this lunch here in the Volta region as a tribute to the many illustrious sons and daughters of this region who have toiled tirelessly for our great party. And at this moment, I'll ask that we observe a moment of silence for all the faithful departed who are not with us here today, but who worked to bring our party to where it is. One moment of silence, please. May their gentle souls rest in perfect peace. Amen. There was an English romantic poet called Bessie Bysshe Shelley, who in 1817 wrote a famous poem titled Ozymandias. I'm sure several of you would have read this poem. This poem was a cautionary tale about the ruler who was so full of pomp, arrogance, and a deluded sense of self-importance. One is struck by the poet's description of the clueless ruler as he goes on to boast, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair." Unquote. Tragically, according to the poem, when one looked around to see these so-called works, one saw nothing but sand and decay. The poem mirrors our present national circumstances in a very uncanny way. Fellow countrymen and women, my brothers and sisters, I wish to thank Professor Joshua Alabi, the convener of the John Mahama Campaign Committee, and a former Vice Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies, Accra, and who was my co-aspirant in the 2019 presidential primaries. For picking my nomination forms last week. And I'll tell you a little joke at this point. When the primaries were over the last time, and I had got 95.3% of the vote, I got a call from Professor Alabi congratulating me. And he said in Hausa, we grew up in Tamale together, so he speaks Hausa. He said, "Oh, this little play we're playing, look how you have disgraced us." In Hausa is wasanda muna inga dubaya nekasa mukunya. I want to thank him profusely for picking up my nomination forms last week. I also wish to thank the hundreds of party supporters who accompanied Professor Alabi to perform that task on my behalf. By that action, I have officially joined the race to contest for the flag bearer slot of the National Democratic Congress.